balance. Okay. Yeah, we're here. I think it's about November the 4th, 1983, and we're waiting on a guy named Jim, who's a professional diver. And since we put this pool up, we've had some still shots with no video today. Jim's going to attempt to give me some beginner's lessons in the proper use of scuba gear. And due to the weather conditions, we're going to have to shut down Project Pool 1.0 until the spring of the year. However, we have a leak, and we're going to attempt to plug a void in the leak, which has washed the sand away and made a pocket with this acrylic foam caulk. If we're successful at that, we're going to then patch it with a vinyl patch and put the proper chemicals in and turn it out. We do not intend, however, closing the patio for the season, because we found that to sit here in the evening by the fire and to drink iced tea or anything else, any other beverages, add to the enjoyment of life. We were expecting our friend John Greenstreet to come with his bathing suit, but couldn't get him to do it. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe you don't have a bathing suit, right? That's about all I've got to say. I don't have anything else to say.
So let's put your regulator onto the right side. Check your O-ring first.
Fine.
And you put this on. Just like this. Seat it in. Nice and easy. See?
And you said no, not real tight, right?
It's not tight. It's not. That's too tight. See? Let's make contact. Air pressure seals the system.
Well, I had much too.
Check your pressure. Okay, you got about 1,400 pounds, whatever. Okay. Now, you should always touch the air, make sure it's working right.
By the way, you don't have a video machine? Well,
okay.
I'll get one sometime.
Here we go now. This here is called a console slate. It consists of a compass, removable bezel on the outside. If you was to jump in the water, the direction is north. You find what true north is the little arrow here. Right. So you said true north is with your bezel. Now, if you're going to move, you always point towards the direction. True north is this way, and we want to swim east. So anytime you're underwater, no matter if you go upside down, any which way, as long as you're underwater, you move this to where the arrow lines back with the original bezel, and you find the direction that you want to go.
Or the direction that you want to come back in, right?
Right. This here's center gauge here is a depth gauge. Tells you how many feet that you go underneath. The bottom gauge is the same gauge of what you had to start building. You build your console out from that. Tells you how much pressure of air you have in the tank. This is a bottom timer. It's an automatic stopwatch. It activates 10 feet underwater and tells you how long you've been under. This is a very important part of diving when you go underwater. The first thing to realize about diving, the biggest thing is never hold your breath underwater.
Right. Okay.
If you hold your breath underwater, you can cause yourself to get the bends, metathemal emphysema, monothorax, and all this is the air inside you hold at greater depth expands. It goes down to your bilii inside you, and it's nowhere to expand. So it expands up through the pulmonary vein on the left-hand side, goes up in through your heart, up through your brain, and the bubbles expand in your brain and can kill you.
Embolism.
Right, embolism. And then you can also have it, a milder stage is monothorax, where the air comes up and escapes into your collar, and it gives you a horseshoe collar. And these things can be fixed or corrected through a decompression chamber. And the only one around right now is at the shock trauma center. So I don't believe that we'll need that. Okay. This here is an anti-fog solution. Get your mask?
Yeah. What's your last name? Eric. Eric.
Eric.
Eric. Just like Eric.
Just like E-R-I-C-K. Okay, let's go to it. Now, since we have to get the tanks on inside, the tanks will float in the water.
They will float?
Yep, they'll float. First thing you want to do is take your weight belt. You do have it somewhat adjusted, I imagine.
Yeah, I have it. I've had it on there.
Okay. We'll sit down in the water somewhere. Okay. Let me run you through on this.
Well, we're planning on our third big porno movie.
All right.
We're looking for somebody that's single,
It's me.
that can have the stamina and drink the orange juice and
I
say stop when we say stop, right?
Right. You got to be well trained. We got plenty of girls. Plenty of girls for you.
You got girls too?
Oh, plenty.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about
Yeah, I'm
that.
very serious.
I'm serious too. Hey, wait till I show you the equipment when we get inside. I'm sitting dead. Anyway, that don't need my snorkel, right? Because I don't have one. I mean,
Yes,
I
you
have
do.
one.
Put it on your mask. All right. When I come up, this mask will be empty of water and totally clear. Okay. And the procedure for underwater is you put your mask on. The first thing you want to do is pour the bottom like this at this angle. Blow out of your nose, not to this extreme. You'll watch underwater, it'll just be a little extreme. The masks have what they call a purge valve in the bottom of both masks. They've been cut out. That's for an advanced diver. You can clear it just by pushing the face mask and blowing through also.
Oh, just push against the face mask.
I'll show you both ways.
And go.
Watch underwater now as I go under. Use the regulator here to just sit and watch. I'll do it a couple times. In fact, I'll use a regulator underwater also. That way I can breathe. Okay.
Find my regulator.
Nope. Sitting on the bottom. Okay. Just go sit down on the bottom.
Will I be able to sit without a weight belt?
Sit down. You should be able to sit.
Thick. I think if I put my weight belt on like I said, I must have some fat in my gut then, huh?
Well, I had to see tanks have weight to them.
I didn't even know that. That's good.
Look, they do float.
If you let them go, even
Well, if it's completely filled, it would sink to the bottom.
it would.
The lighter the tank gets of air, the more it'll float. You notice your tank is floating up because you do have buoyancy from the vest. Also, you have buoyancy in the tank, which is the factor that makes it float. Now, I'll just take.
You getting his eye, John, now?
I'll just take and sit down with my tank across my lap.
All right.
Because it don't have enough weight to hold me down.
How would I put this on? Like you were breathing through the regulator, but not your nose. That's tough.
What do you mean?
But when you're sitting out, you're breathing through the regulator.
You don't breathe through your nose. That's what you have to practice.
Okay.
And we'll practice that tonight. Okay? Best way to learn this. All right, let's do the procedure underwater now. Go ahead under. I'm going to have my mask on. You take your mask off. Sit it on your lap and clear it. Put it on.
Put it on?
And put it on.
Oh, it's with one breath, just holding it.
Don't hold. You never hold breath.
Well, how would I breathe on this underwater without it going up my nose and up my nose?
Just put it in your mouth now. Just breathe regular. Hold your nose. That's the same thing you're going to do underwater.
But I'm not going to hold my nose like
No. If you're scared of getting water up your nose at first, hold your nose. Sit on the bottom, get comfortable. When you get comfortable, let go of your nose.
Okay.
You have to learn to breathe only through your mouth. You don't use your nose in scuba except in a full face mask.
Right. Now, if I go under, hold my nose, then I want to clear the mask and put it on. Can I just take a breath and hold it in?
You should never hold breath on the scuba.
Can't.
Worst thing you can do it here. You're not going to hurt yourself. But if you get in the habit of doing that, you're going to kill yourself.
I don't want to do that.
Okay. Take this. Sit down on the bottom. Put your mask down. regulator in your mouth. When you feel comfortable, take your mask off and see if you can just breathe. If you can't breathe, it's just a regulator in your mouth. Get water up your nose. Just when as you stand up, let the air, always let the air out of your body as you come up. Just let it go. Never hold your breath.
Then I'll take the mask off, put the mask back on, hold it against my mouth, and
I'll show you
through
exactly.
my nose, right? There goes John. What the hell's happening there?
It's a regulator purging stuff. Sometimes a regulator, see, what happens is if a regulator, if they sit upside down, this is one of the best ones that you can buy. These are two of the best that there is on the market. They upgrade every day. If the regulator starts a free flow like this underwater, all you have to do is turn it over. Push the piston, see? Just turn it over. Don't hold it. Just turn it over.
Alright, we'll try this.
Okay, here we go. Couldn't do it.
No, couldn't do it.
All right.
Just like the first time with a damn sidecar, right?
Okay. So here you go.
I don't know what it was.
Let's leave your regulator go.
All right.
Practice doing it without no air at all. It's the best way to do it. That way you don't get confused. Put your mask on. You sit underwater. Just pull it away from your face and let the water get in. Then blow your nose. Blow through your nose and it'll clear. Now watch. I'll come up and show you. I'm only put this regulator, this mask on. I'll come up. It'll be clear. All right. It's clear. See, it's no water.
I can breathe in because I got this kind of air right now.
You can breathe all you want. Just breathe normal now. Once you sit down on the water, put your mask on. And just put your mask on like this before you go under. Now, once you're underwater, all you have to do is break it like this, let the water in. Once it fills, hold up, exhale through your nose.
Just hold it out?
That's it, just a little bit. Crack it so the water can be forced out.
Oh, I thought it went out that hole. Don't do
it
that.
can do that. Either way, the best way is to do it this way here. It's fast.
Okay. The way you want to do it this way, I guess. Just go down and fill it up, right? Like that.
Put it on there. Now watch. This is the best way to practice this stuff. See how the water comes through the purge valve? That's what the purge valve is.
Then I feel better right here with it, like that.
All right, do it. Blow through.
Well, I say shit. We'll try it again.
These are things that you have to conquer. This is basic scuba right now.
Now I got a reason to buy jacuzzis for this winter in the house. See, I've got not a fear of water. Well, I lived around the water, but I've got that things that's something I don't know, right? And it's strange to me. Just like a cycle, you have a lot of bikes. You have bikes. Do you ever have one with a sidecar?
Yeah.
Aren't they strange? And you know, once I conquered it, I said, why was I afraid? But I tell you, I almost run into a couple of trucks. I spooked. I panicked. You know? And that's what a friend of mine said. He says, you're going to get an ultralight airplane, you'll crash it some, but it's just a matter of having the confidence. And I know I'm not going to drown under this. But I guess I don't want a lung full of chlorinated water, so I know to put this.
Blow through your nose. blow.
You're not doing it right, right?
No, you're not doing it right. I think it's better to do it underwater. If you do it underwater, because once you're underwater, you don't even have to put a mask on. Watch me underwater once. Watch this. I'll show you how it works. Watch. Get under there so you can watch me. Try again. See what I mean? Your mask fits you so good. Your mask should fit your face. There you go. You get it. Now this time when you go under, lift the mask just a little bit.
I did. I filled it up.
Well,
this time I didn't lift it to blow it out, right?
That's it.
Lift it up as you're blowing out.
Yeah, it'll clear it. When you lift the mask, that lets the water get away from you. This is something to conquer. It takes a while. Get it?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, and that's one skill that you can learn to conquer
Gotta practice that.
by yourself. Okay? Tonight, like I say, we'll do a briefing on it, how to get dressed underwater. Now, this time sit underneath the water with your regulated mask and watch. I'll show you how to. When we don't have a deep enough pool, we'd be doing this in the bottom of 16, 18 foot of water. Okay? It's called a bailout dive. It's when everything's thrown in the water. You go down, put your mask on, clear your mask. You're totally dressed underwater. Okay? It's an emergency situation. Now what we'll do, you'll sit down and watch me. I'll come in the pool, find my mask, put it on, put my belt on. First thing you want to find when you get on the water is the regulator. The mask is not important. Find the regulator. If you can't locate your regulator, first thing you want to do is grab the tank at the top. You got the tank at the top, you can feel down the hoses. You find it, you'll find which one it is quick. First thing you need is air on the water. Sit down there, I'll swim away so that way when I come up, I'll have it all. This will be a little bit harder, John, because the water's not as deep here. And what we have to do is to simulate, I'll have to roll sideways in order to get everything moving. Alright?
And that's normally an emergency situation.
Exactly.
But they'll put you through that, right?
You'll do that.
Okay.
Then you'll be asked to go down and take it all off.
Okay, now you know the one thing probably that you might not, or you might not figure with me, it's like we were working on something electrical, right? I'm so familiar with the black is the hot and the white's the neutral, and I got the meter, right? You might have a tendency to, it's going to sparkle on me. Somebody. It's just like this. I've had very little time.
Well, tonight I don't expect you to learn or comprehend.
Like this thing here.
Very
you know?
little. If you comprehend clearing your mass tonight, it'll be an accomplishment for you. Okay, these are basic scuba techniques I'm teaching. I told you I'm not certified as an instructor, but
Yeah, right.
I can
Well,
teach.
no, we know we're doing that.
Okay, now, like I said, now if you really want to practice, the best thing to do is don your gear. You can do it above water or below water, either way it's easier for you. And you said you had a bad back. If you got a bad back, you can roll into this in the water. It's very simple. Just put it in. This is the start. Put one arm in, roll it around. Just stop, let the buoyancy handle the tank. Now I think the last time the strap across the front was 6
That was fine. It fit.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Now familiarize with what. Okay. Now the regulator. The reason why you always wear the regulator on your right side is then you know where it's at. And here's one technique we will do underwater tonight. A lot of times you have to find your regulator. If you jump in the water, you have to find it. A lot of times if you do it high and feet, throw it on the back side. It's always on. You can reach over, but all you have to do in scuba, if it's always on your right, is to roll. Roll your arm out in a circular motion, just like this. Throw it behind you. As you roll to your right, you take a wide angle sweep, and you come back, and you'll always have it.
Always come up with it.
That's why I try to explain to you. It's always on your right side. Just as you roll underwater, it'll come right to you. Watch your arm. Now, that is for your vest. Alright, now, let's go underwater here and just try to breathe easy when you feel comfortable. Make a lap around the pool. Right?
Don't need any feet.
Yeah, you don't need to finish. We'll be a little heavy because we're not deep enough. You might have to almost fall at the bottom. The reason why I did pull the mask off is to teach you. What happens underwater a lot of times, you'll be going through the water and you get bumped your face. You bump your face, you go blind. As soon as you're in a 4-foot pool now, your face went completely immersed with water and you panic. In a situation, you did panic. 30 foot, you could get killed. You would be dead. That's why it's very important to take 5
Evidently, what I can't get in yet is to not breathe up that nose.
All you have to do is put your regulator, run out of air, you use your snorkel. Just come out, sit in the bathtub and do it. That's what I learned. You sit in a bathtub with your snorkel in your mouth, and face mask on. When you feel like you're breathing right, just keep breathing through your mouth, take off your mask. Better yet, sit in a bathtub with just a snorkel. Open your eyes up. Get used to breathing through your mouth and not your nose. Once you conquer that, you can clear your mask. This is why you do have to take.
I did that a couple times.
Certified scuba diving is very important. Now put your mask back on. I'm going to show you how to use your vest underwater. Now, as you know, you're crawling somewhat. Okay.
Yes. I'm not too buoyant.
You're too buoyant. All right. What you have to learn to do is get neutrally buoyant. It's too less, not enough water. Neutrally buoyant is where, as you sink underwater, you keep letting air out or into your vest, to where as you come down and you're bobbing to where the water is right halfway to your mast. Then you're neutrally buoyant. That means you can, either way, you can go either way.
Well, I noticed evidently when the tank had more air in it, I could lay on the bottom with no problem. With this deflated, would lay right on the bottom still. Well, I can't now because evidently this tank's
Getting lighter. It's getting lighter. Okay? And the same reason why I'm sitting on the bottom of the tank, because I really don't need the weight belt. I'm wearing a heavier tank right there. Okay? And just sit down on the bottom, lay down in a laying position more or less, and let me show you how. Well, just sit down and I'll show you how to use your vest. You probably already fooled with it, but let me show you how to operate it. Okay.
What's happening there?
You're confused.
Well, I was confused about water pumping and
Okay, what happens is, with Scuba.
that'll blow that up, right?
Yeah. But also, if you're underwater, you're on an automatic system.
Right.
You need air, you just push this.
Okay.
It puts it in. Then you get flotation. Now, if you have to dump your vest, hold this over here and push the top one.
Okay. Hold
Comes
over your
out.
head up, right?
Because the air goes high, they'll go for the highest spot. Okay? Also, you can just sit there and pull this and squeeze at the same time. This is a dump, and this is a dump. What you have to
I
practice.
thought you wanted me to blow this up on my mouth.
Well,
And then this thing started.
what you'll have to learn later, okay, is to take. If there's two systems, you have an automatic system. If your automatic system fails you underwater, you have to learn everything manually. So what you should do is you take your regulator, you breathe, then you push your outside button, blow in, let it go. Breathe. Now blow. Breathe. Blow. And then you achieve buoyancy.
What happens to this wall is water when it gets into it?
Yeah, let me show you.
Just blow it out?
Just blow it. Now watch this. I'm going to show you how underwater a regulator works. I'm going to show you how many. I'm going to show you opposite. The hardest way to breathe in a regulator is laying upside down or on your head. The hardest position because it's harder to breathe. But you'll notice, okay, what happens. Now, watch underwater. I'm going to show you. I'll let it free flow. That means I'm going to let the air continue to rush and I'll still be able to breathe.
To it. Let's see what was happening there. I
Okay.
tried that, but
Now here's what I want you to try to do. When you're underwater, you never hold your breath. Take your regulator out of your mouth, keep exhaling bubbles.
slow.
Slow, just
Oh,
slow.
okay, not all.
You never hold your breath underwater. If you hold your breath, you kill yourself. You got water down your throat, right?
Huh? In my mouth.
Hey, Jacques.
Okay.
Jacques Cousteau.
Okay, all you have to do, if you notice, as soon as I put it in, I blowed.
Blow,
I blowed.
Just,
Blowed through it.
and that'll blow all this stuff that's in
There,
here.
just hold it
That'll-
like, just
That'll
hold
blow
it.
all that out.
Right. Just like, that blows it right out. If you get too upset, get like this here, push the button. You can throw up in these things and you'll still breathe. I've seen that done.
Well, we'll try that once for you.
Okay, let's try that one more time. A strap, your mask should fit you, like I say, your mask should fit your face. Whereas you can take your mask, push it on your face, not breathe through your nose and stay on. Okay, that fashion right there. Okay? Now look, you notice how I'm not breathing through my nose? That's that little funny. But anyway, I'm not breathing through my nose. Now watch, as I go underneath, watch. Now, as soon as I breathe, let go, breathe through my nose, it falls off. Okay? As soon as you breathe through your nose, it'll fall off.
You got sunk in over there.
No.
Just a hold?
Just push it. Just push it against your face.
It don't fit me.
It may not fit your problem. You should be easy to flew with that. The people at the shop teach, help you in selecting the rings.
Well, this is yours. I got
Did
one.
they ask the teacher?
I got a new one.
Alright, well that'll do. That'll work that way. Let's go underneath and just crack. And I'm going to see you just sit on the bottom. Alright? Take your regular air, you man.
I think I can do it now.
Okay, take it out and just completely exhaust the air in your lungs and then breathe again.
It would have been trouble that time when I second one.
Okay, and here's another thing.
I let too much go out before I could.
You're holding your breath as you come out of the pool. You can hurt yourself doing that. You can kill yourself before you sit down here for breathing fresh air.
That's the way it is now. It looks like it would take 100 gallons a week to keep it like this. Right? I can't afford it.
Yeah, I think.
It was a good idea. We beat the system.
Right.
But the old bullshit about having it with the snow falling, can't do it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna take the top off, winterize it, but see where that leak here, this water's gonna leak out. I've got a leak. No, it's leaking. That's about 5 days. So if that's 5 days from here to here, how long is it gonna take before the pool's out? And then what'll happen to the liner? Do you have any idea?
The liner won't bow. No, with this cover on it, this liner won't do nothing.
Then you have to, if it gets that dry, we can just patch both sides of it.
Take this, please. Try not to drop it on these gauges.
Running again?
Yeah, I'm running.
In scuba, you also notice you don't use your hands. In the pool, you are, but when you learn to scuba dive, all you use is your legs.
Right.
There's 3 different types of kicks. There's a dolphin kick, frog kick, and conventional kick. These are things that you're learning. Now, these suits are like a second skin.
I was going to say, if it's that hard to get out, I want to use that sucker.